Hi everybody, how are you doing? I thought I'd do a video on how I've been making some of my resin lace. This is made with resin, and while it was still a little pliable and I got it out of the mold, I formed it around the candle because I'm wanting to decoupage it and do some things with it, and I thought you'd like to see some things that I've been doing and how I'm doing them. So this mold here is a leaf pattern, and it's a sugar veil pattern or mold. I bought it at Michael's. I don't know if they carry them anymore. I know you can get them online. They're not really expensive, but you can pour resin in here, and I've already mixed up 4 tablespoons. I use the Fama wood. You get it at Lowe's. It's 2 parts. You get, this is part B. This is part A. And you mix them just like you do the resins that you can get in Michael's, Hobby Lobby, any of those. You have to mix it for a couple of minutes. It'll be cloudy and then it'll go clear again. And they say you should pour each into a separate cup and mix those and then pour it together and mix that. And I never do. I just pour them all in one, and I've never had a problem. And as you can see, it's hard, you know. So, but anyway, what I do, because they're so very thin, is I'll pour it in the middle. Now, I don't know if anyone else has done these. I haven't looked. I've been doing it like this for a long time. I even use fondant, cake decorating things, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, if anyone else has been doing them, I'm going to look around and see. I just haven't taken the time. But you just take a card and smoosh it around there. It'll go all down in the crevices. Doesn't take a lot because it does really go thin. And you'll be able to see if you've missed a place, if you have air bubbles, you know. So, but take your time and kind of work it around on there. Almost the same concept as if you do the caulk, but I know the caulk won't go in the really small areas. So, because I've tried, not with this one, but with some others, and it did not come out well. And I got my resin, and I'm doing it this way from now on. It's easier for me. But you just kind of work it around. And I even take, if I got too much, and I'll swipe it back in that cup instead of wasting it for a little bit. Once you get so much of it off, though, you do have to get a paper towel and kind of wipe it from there. But I can see I've got some air bubbles over here, and they're going away. You can tell when you've got it thin enough because your raised areas won't be as shiny. And I just do this. I'll leave them set overnight. And then tomorrow, I'll be able to take them out. My paper's sliding. And I'll be able to do things with these. Like I said, I'm getting down to where I need to wipe the excess off on a paper towel. And it doesn't hurt my mats. I mean, of course, I never use them for food again, but I use them for texturing clay. You can even use them to put your ink down and then your paper, like a rubber stamp. There's so many things. And around me, if it doesn't do more than one purpose, I really don't bother with it, because I like things that are multi-purpose. And this seems to work okay. So then I do take my torch and I pop any air bubbles. And it just pops them fine. It's a silicone mat. It's not going to hurt it. Just don't hold it intense in one area for very long, you know. And then I look around to see, do I have any where an air bubble popped that now I don't have enough resin. And that looks pretty good. You have to look at it from different angles. But like I said, I don't see where I've missed anything. And I'm good with that. So let me go lay this one in on the kitchen table. I've already got an area ready for it, because I don't want to be moving these around a whole lot. All I do is I kind of pull it over onto a tray. And I don't know if you can kind of see how it's shiny in some areas and a little dull maybe in some others. And that's how you can tell. So let me go lay this down. And I have more to do. I've done 4 earlier, and then I thought, well, I'm going to do a video on it. Now this piece is the same piece that's on here. I don't know if you can see, but it's a nice thickness. So, and you just pour your stuff on. Don't over pour, because you don't want it going everywhere. You know, it is resin. And I just kind of get it out to the edges. Now, if you'll remember in one of the videos, I tried doing the silicone caulk. And this is one of the molds that it did not work on. You could not get it out. It tore it all to pieces. So, the resin does work with it. But we were in one of the live chats a couple of weeks ago or so, and they were talking about lace, and I don't have a lot of real lace, you know, and it's gotten quite expensive over the years. But I still like to do lacy look little things. So I drug my molds back out and started doing this again, and I think for Valentine's I could do some really cute little things. And like I said, I use the Fama wood from Lowe's. I don't buy the other. I just can't see spending that kind of money, and it gets expensive, that resin, and y'all know it does. People tell me, oh, it's not the same. Well, I'm not saying it's the same, you know. I mean, but for what I use it for, I haven't really noticed a difference in it. We've done jewelry out of them. And to me, I'm going to paint it or do something else with it anyway. And I've not noticed any of my pieces that I haven't done that to turning yellow or anything. But, you know, to each their own. And this is what works for me. If you want to try it, go ahead, you know. If you're happy with the clear cast and all that, then use that by all means. I'm not saying don't use the other products. I'm saying I don't use them. They don't work any better for me than what this does. And as far as what I get for my money, this is more bang for my buck. And as a crafter, there's always other things that I'd like to have. And spending it on resin just honestly isn't a priority. But I still like doing resin. So I just enjoy doing this. And I like the way it comes out. It's something different. It's easy to do, as you can see. I mean, do I get it on my hands and a little sticky? Yeah, but you know, it'll wash off. And you don't have to worry if you don't get right up to the edge, because, you know, you can cut it with a pair of scissors once it's cured even. You can do so much with this. But I just thought I'd let y'all see how I've been doing mine and see if you think you might like it. I want to take a piece when I get it out of the mold and see if I can kind of ruffle it, you know, because it's still pretty pliable, but so is the clear cast when you take it out of the mold after you wait the 12 to 16 hours, you know. I just want to be able to do different things with a different product. And it does pop the air bubbles, you'll see. You just got to be careful. You know, you got to be careful with any of the resin if you're popping the air bubbles. It has nothing to do with, it's not that brand. So, but you can tell where you still have air bubbles. And they will pop just like on the clear cast and stuff. I actually go back a few hours from now and will look at them. And if I have a little area that the air bubble popped and it's no longer filled in, I'll mix a tiny bit up and I'll refill it in. So, but you can do that with the clear cast too. I know because I have done it. So anyway, that one looks good and I'm going to leave it. But I got to go set it in there and then I'll be back. So hang on a minute. Like I said, this doesn't take long to do. Lift it up. Move head. Move head. Now, I have one more, and it's another sugar bell. Like I said, it doesn't take long to do them. You wait longer for it to set up. But this is something I've been wanting to do. Like I said, we did the resin jewelry and embellishments, and I just thought maybe y'all would be interested in doing this. So, give it a try. The Fama wood at Lowe's is, our Lowe's, I know it's about $23, and you get 32 ounces of it. So, to me, that's a pretty good bargain. I always have one set in my crock pot because I keep my resin in a crock pot. If I warm it, it seems to not have as many. And then I've always got another new bottles in my storage. So if I run out or something happens, I have plenty. But like I said, you just smoosh it on there. And if you don't have enough to go the whole length, don't worry about it. You can cut it and make it look just like you did the whole thing. You know, this looks like it's going to be just about enough to do almost the whole piece. Like I said, I know I say like I said, but I have said so many times to people, even in the live chat, that this is what I use. This is what works for me. And, you know, that's part of learning and crafting, is trying different things. So you can't get much different than what they use on hardwood floors. And I found this purely by accident a few years ago. My girlfriend's husband finishes hardwood floors. And around the Masters down here in Augusta every year, he's pretty busy before that happens, because people are getting these big fancy homes ready to rent out for thousands of dollars. And he's redoing their floors, and of course they don't want anything that's going to turn yellow on them over time and scuff up easy, or, you know. So this is what they use. And he gave me some. Of course, they buy it in a lot bigger bottles. But he gave me some, and I played around with it. And ever since then, this is what I have used for my resin. So that's the last piece I have to do today. I hope you'll consider trying it if you like how it comes out. We're going to do a video tomorrow on how it comes out. Some of them, you know, it depends on the mold. I've not poured this one, so I don't know how delicate it is and how it's going to come out. It's trial and error. But like I said, the one that I did before, and it had some really delicate little holes in it. Can you see how dainty that is? And it come out fine. So I'm hoping, it depends on, you know, do you get a thick enough layer or whatever on it. But this is it. I'll see you tomorrow. And I hope you enjoy. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I try to comment back on everybody. It's really hard some days. You know, you get busy. So that's it. I appreciate your time. And check me out tomorrow when we take it out. And that's it. Bye, y'all.